Hey, how's it going guys? JaySea here. Welcome to my second Q&A video where I answer all your questions. If I go through this video and your question is not answered, it's probably been answered in my previous video. So it will be this one over here. Link will be in the description because you probably can't click on that. So one thing to note is my other video is actually 30 minutes long. It's a very long video. I'm going to keep it as short and concise as I can. So that's why I handpicked a bunch of questions that would actually add value or at least share a lot of myself to you guys. First question, do you go to uni? If so, what are you studying and how do you make time to play as well as make videos? So I actually finished uni and I'm doing YouTube full time. There is going to be another question that gets me to elaborate more on that, so more on this in just a bit. How do you prevent yourself from tilting? It's just all about how strong your mentality is and how willing you are to proceed through all the nonsense that people put you through and try to win. What is the most brain dead but good champion in League of Legends? I'm in bronze and all I want to do is brain dead, just farm. What champs can I play? It's a very good question. To be honest, there is no such thing as a brain dead champion because in order for you to climb, you can't just simply play a champion and because it's brain dead, you just climb. It just doesn't work that way. You don't see any low elo players just picking up one super overpowered champion and just climbing all the way to diamond or whatever. But what I think this question is asking is, he's looking for a easy to play champion that has potential to climb really high. And to that, I have a list of suggestions. Annie, Tryndamere, Singed, Twitch, and Braum. I feel like all of these champions have very high potential and they're relatively easy to use. How do I find the areas in League where I need to improve? I understand that there's always room to improve in every part of League, but how do I pinpoint my worst areas that need the most attention? So you're basically asking me, how would you self-improve by watching your own replay? And there's quite a few things you can look at. So first of all is, every time you die, you have to look at like why did you die and what you could have done to prevent it. Another thing is CS, make sure your CS is high, and if it's not high, then ask yourself, why are you not getting high CS? Are you just not used to that champion, or you're getting bullied too much? If you're getting bullied too much, perhaps you could watch a VOD or a video on how other people are CSing or laning against certain matchups. Also, make sure you count out that how many objectives you're a part of in terms of towers, dragons, baron, all of that. I think those are some very good starting points to work on. And if you can work on all of those, I think you will be generally good to go. Will you ever live stream on Twitch or YouTube? Yes, I would definitely love to stream on YouTube or Twitch. I'm not sure which one yet, but the reason why I haven't been streaming is because my internet is really bad. Like, right now I'm ADSL 2+, and for those of you who do not live in Australia and don't know what ADSL is, it's just basically the fastest internet that I can access because they're rolling out NBN really slowly. NBN is the fastest internet and apparently it's good enough to support streaming. So just to give you an idea with how fast ADSL is, it takes me about 4 to 6 hours to upload a YouTube video length about 20 to 30 minutes. If I was to stream, then I'll be streaming at 160p, so it'll be completely blurry and I'll have about 500 to 1000 ping, so it's impossible to stream right now with my internet. If anyone jumps on Wi-Fi, I lag. I jump to like 500 ping. So if someone just comes home and because their phone is connected to the Wi-Fi, I just lag out and it's just really frustrating. I lose so many games off of that. It's just disgustingly ridiculous. So what's been happening is the Australian government's been planning to roll out NBN on different streets, so they're going one street at a time, and they promised to roll it out on my street last year around November to December. So that's why I announced it on YouTube, like, oh, I'm going to get better internet, but no chance at all. Actually, they end up delaying it all the way to this year, January to March, around this time is the estimation. But based on that website, it looks like they're probably going to delay even further. So I do not know when I'm going to stream yet, but it's completely out of my control because I can't upgrade my internet. Which state do you live in Australia? New South Wales. Merry Christmas. Height, age, and weight. I weigh 79 kilos. I actually lost about 5 kilos since the past month. So if you look at my previous Q&A video, you can see my face is completely bloated back then. And now it's like a lot better. Age 24 and my height is 1 meter 75 centimeters, so 1.75. Did you go to college? If so, what was your major? I went to University of New South Wales and my major was Bachelor of Media. What made you start YouTube? Do you have a backup plan? I started YouTube because I saw a lot of other people doing it and it was something that I really wanted to do, which is to play video games and make a living out of it. That's just like absolute dream come true, right? So seeing all these different League YouTubers, I'm like, why can't I be one too, you know? I feel like I have decent knowledge. I might not be master or challenger yet, but I can work towards that and I have a lot to share with you guys. So I thought, why not? Even if my net is really bad, I can still do it through YouTube. Do you have a backup plan? And the answer is not really, but loosely yes as well, because I could always go back to studying and then working towards a job that I'm not really that interested in. which is still alright. What's your favorite pizza? Peri peri chicken. What's your nationality? Chinese. Well, I was born in Australia, but parents Chinese. Is every game you lose your fault? I know that many people say that look at yourself first, but no way every game you lose is your fault, right? How do you know when it is your fault or when it's the teammate's fault that made it nearly impossible to win? That's a very good question, and to that I have to say the short answer is no. It's not always your fault, obviously. The reason for having this mentality and why it's so good is because it's all about self-improvement in solo queue. You're never going to queue with those people ever again. Well, maybe you will, but it really doesn't matter. It's all about yourself. In the end, it's more, in order for you to consistently win games, you need to focus and improve on yourself. So that is the best mentality to keep, is to self-improve and to keep working on yourself. If there is a mistake you made, there is a way to self-analyze, which is in one of my earlier questions. Just scroll back to the very beginning. I think it's the second or third question, can't remember. So yeah, just go for that and try to self-analyze and improve. If we like vaginas because we came from it, why do we hate ball sacks? But you're making the assumption that we hate ball sacks, so that's what I don't really understand about this question. Have you ever changed your commentary or improved it in some ways for videos? I improved my commentary just through making videos. I made terrible videos at the start and they just improve over time. Are you in a relationship? No. Would you change main if they nerf Tryndamere? Probably not. I change mains not because of nerfs or buffs, but because of what I feel like playing and what I'm good at. So if I'm good at something and I can keep playing it to climb elo, I'll just keep playing it. What is your biggest motivation to post new content? There's a few reasons. The main one is I want to grow my channel. Second one is there's always room for improvement, so I want to share that with you guys. So every time I see something interesting, I want to post it and analyze it, make sure we both can learn from this. But the main goal is I want to make this a career, and this is the most passionate I've been about any job in the world that I've ever seen or heard of. So this is it. This is really what I want. What are your plans for the next few years? One day, when I can upgrade my internet, I plan to stream and also keep making YouTube content. And maybe if I become successful one day, I could travel the world, go to all these conventions and meet you guys as well. What champion would you main / one trick besides Tryndamere? So when I was in NA with really bad ping, because I'm from Australia, I used to play really tanky champions that didn't require much finesse in terms of micro. So micro is all the movement and all the mechanics, all of that. So I played Singed, I played Garen, and actually played a little bit of Fiora, but it was really hard and I didn't find too much success with that. But Singed definitely carried me all the way up because he was really overpowered. He got really tanky and he could deal with everybody on the enemy team. Except for Jarvans, you have to get flash for that. That was annoying. What PC mouse and keyboard do you use? So I use the Death Adder Elite right here. Also, I use the Black Widow Ultimate keyboard, and my PC is just a custom built one. So it kind of looks something like this. Actually, that's a terrible shot. Where did you learn English so well if it isn't your first language? I was born in Australia, so I would consider it my first language, even though technically I learned Mandarin first. For most of my life, I've been speaking English, so naturally English will be my primary language. What is your favorite type of food? There's anything to do with meat, whether it's barbecue, just not seafood, but I'm more of a meat lover, so I just enjoy any type of meat, and that's why I get fat really easily. So I've been cutting down on that, trying to work out a lot more. I do cardio every day, so if you guys can see my previous Q&A video and you see how bloated my face was compared to now, right now I just cardio every day, but I still eat whatever I want. What inspired you to start YouTube, and which league YouTuber would you love to collab with? So with the starting YouTube, I did answer it previously, but in terms of collabing, I don't really have a preference right now because of how small my channel is. To be honest, if anyone would like to collab that is roughly the same size or bigger than me, that would be most preferred, and hopefully they are on Oceania Server. What job did you do before deciding to full-time YouTube, and for how long? I've been working ever since I was 18 years old. First job I did was at Little Bottler, so selling liquor, and then I transitioned to Liquor Legends, then Liquorland. I also worked at a TAFE for a little bit. Did a lot of other random jobs that weren't as memorable, but I could probably dig it up if I looked through my resume. And one of my most recent jobs was working at the Star Casino as a croupier or a dealer. So I was dealing baccarat and roulette. It's actually a lot of fun, very chill job. You get a 15-minute break every hour, and the job is very easy. Everyone's pretty happy. There's always music. So the time goes by pretty quick and the pay is really good. So if you guys are looking for a job, I strongly recommend going there. It's really chill and really good pay. What do you do for fun outside of League? Do you play tabletop games, read, hit on ladies, etc.? Well, there's a few things that comes to mind. right now, currently what I do for fun is I always do cardio. I jog, I swim, or I go on treadmills every day. That's just very exhilarating. I also take cold showers right after each and every workout I do. So I lost a lot of weight like that. I don't watch my diet, which is really bad, and that's slowing me down a lot because I've been keeping this up for a month and a half now. In terms of hitting on ladies, well, maybe I have to get into that because, you know, I used to have ex-girlfriend where we would spend a lot of time together, but not anymore, so might need to do that. But it's a little bit hard because you know how before I was in uni or I was at work, there's people to meet. Now I'm just here by myself in this room. I can't meet anyone. There's no way to hit on ladies unless I go out on the streets and, you know, pick up style, but that's just not really my thing. I don't know. It's really difficult. I will actually need to go to conventions and stuff to meet people. That's for sure. That's something that is on my to-do list. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have one older brother. What does a typical day look like for you? So I did mention pretty much everything in the previous video, but the first thing I do when I wake up is make breakfast, eat, brush my teeth, all of that, and then after that I go onto the computer, make my thumbnail, do those YouTube setting things for my video, and then after that I start going through YouTube comments and just answering as many comments as I can. Then after that, that's when I do my workout. Once I do my workout towards nighttime when everyone is asleep, when no one's using internet and it's not lagging anymore, so that's around close to midnight, that's when I start making videos. And then I make it all the way till right now it's 3:30 AM, so that's when I can make videos, but I'm pretty silly for making it this late today because this does not require good internet. But the only reason I'm doing this at this time is just from routine. I'm just used to it. And also I didn't know I was going to do a Q&A video today. You mentioned in one of your videos that you take cold showers. Any other productivity tips or things you do? At the moment, no, but I am thinking of meditation, which I do when I walk my dog at night. Oh, actually, that's another routine that I forgot to mention. I walk my dog at night times and my mum walks him in the day. And whenever I walk, I know that you can actually meditate anywhere at any time. Meditation is just like you just focus on your breathing while concentrating with your vision on an object or like an obstacle or object really far away, and just focusing on that, so that way it blocks out all other thoughts, and that way you're in a state where you're just in like full focus, and that trains your mind to focus and be more productive. That's something I'm working on. If you could cosplay Trinamere, what skin would you choose? And also, what is your dog's name? My dog's name is Dobby, and I'll cosplay the original skin because that's the one that's most recognizable and most iconic. Why do you never post RuneScape content? It's because I'm trying to grow my channel, guys. I would love to post RuneScape content, but every time I post it, I think I lose some subscribers, and also nobody watches it, and it also takes a lot of effort to make. I'll just show you guys something real quick. So there was a time in my channel where I was peaking at like insane amount of subscribers and views, and then after that I started playing RuneScape, and guess what happened? It just went all the way down, and I'm like, oh crap, I need to start focusing on my YouTube. So then I stopped uploading old school RuneScape content, and then it went up a little bit, went back down, and just wasn't going too far, you know. But this is like a very general overview, and it's not really helpful, but when I was in the moment, I knew that my channel stagnated, and basically I was getting less and less views each and every day, to the point where I was panicking. I'm like, my career is over. This is so over, because my channel was just slowly dying and I needed something to pick it back up. So whether it's playing new champions, sensationalizing the titles and clickbaiting all these thumbnails, all of these things actually help. So right now I'm trying to pick my channel back up, and uploading RuneScape content is just going to push it back down. So that's something I'm trying to avoid at the moment, but definitely when my channel becomes stable and just keeps growing, which it's not right now, like not exactly right now, it's just like very slow growth right now. So as you guys can see on the social blade right now, I do have a spike in or increase in subscribers per day, and that's because of this Nasus video that I made. It says like 900 HP Nasus. That is the reason why it's growing right now. So I hit a little bit of a mini jackpot. But that's just a little overview for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. There is some important messages I have to get across. So as you may or may not have known, I am going to Hong Kong on the 21st of January, which is in 2 days. So once I have this video uploaded, I might only have 1 or 2 other videos that's going to come out, and then I'll be overseas. I might not even have time because it'll be quite busy. I'll be packing, I'll be meeting up my friends, just catching up, and then I'll be moving over to Hong Kong just for 10 days. So I'll be back 1st of February, and then I'll start making content again. But what I want you guys to know is that I'm going to try to be active on Twitter during that time, so do follow me on Twitter. I'll be posting updates of what I'm doing in Hong Kong, so I might take a picture with maybe a pretty lady, I don't even know, or maybe family, or just just traveling around and then just have some updates on Twitter. So do follow that if you are still interested in following what I'm going to be doing. Also, while I'm in Hong Kong, I'll be reading all of your comments down below. So do make sure you post some comments and I'll be reading them overseas, because you can still access YouTube in Hong Kong, just not anywhere else in China. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching to the very end. Be sure to follow Twitter because I'll be very sad if you don't. And I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.